Hi everyone, this is a quick tutorial on how to use the batch end of year letter function. This is a new feature that will allow you to run all your end of year receipts in one shot without having to do any breaking up of the batches. And it's going to be very convenient. Basically, for those of you with large databases, you already remember from last year, if you try to run end of year thank you letters, you would go to contribution, find contribution, search, and then, you would put the dates, obviously, for last year, previous fiscal year, and then you would try to run a batch end of year receipts for all records. Now, there's a demo site, there's only 8 records, so it's not a big deal, but when you have 8,000 records, this becomes very cumbersome. What happens is if you try to run all of them at once, the server is going to crash and it's not going to work. And then what's left to do is you have to break it up into chunks, which then makes it complicated because you have to do 200 at a time, and you have to make sure that the last contact that you're using does not break up into the next page, so you're not sending the same person the receipt twice. This new function will save you that headache. All you have to do is, like you did last year, select all records and go over here and hit thank you letters, large batches. Once you select this, it's going to automatically group by contact, which you should. Select the template for end of year letter. Let's see, there's another end of year letter. Okay, I only have this one. But hopefully you've configured your letter already, or you could just use this one, a regular multiple transaction and letter, and then remove this whole table, and then just stick in the payment token. So we have individual and spouse, and then we have individual and spouse in a single table. So I'm going to put this one, maybe I'm going to format it, Arial, and make it a 12, and that's it. And then update template if I want to do that, or save as new. But then also we have to select this one, right? So it's going to send emails to everyone that's possible to send an email to, and it's going to generate files for those who cannot receive emails. So this is what this batch will do. Let me just make sure I'm not actually sending emails. Disable this real quick. And I'm going to hit make thank you letters. So you're going to see there's going to be a queue like this, and it's going to load. And then at the end, it's going to show you how many emails were sent, how many thank you dates were updated for how many contribution records. And then also it's going to spit out a PDF file, a zip file with a bunch of PDFs for each person who did not receive an email. And that's it. So just use the batch function, do it as we usually do. I'm going to just remind you a couple of things to remember. One is when you're sending these letters, test one to yourself first. So before you send it out to anybody, create a contribution for yourself and send yourself the letters. Make sure it's formatted properly. If you want to change, another thing is if you want to change, sometimes something will come out weird, like this will be a bigger font than this. So the best thing to do if you're trying to change is to click this button to remove all styling, and then go ahead and add it again, and that'll format it properly. Another thing to remember is with this token, right? You could have last year or this year. If you're doing your receipts after January, make sure you have the words last year in it. If not, go in your tokens, type in payment, and find the right one. Also, another thing to remember, if you're using this function, this receipt, this template receipt will come in the email as an attached PDF. This won't be the actual body of the email. In order to configure the body of the email, you would have to go to Administer, Communications, and PDF message settings. Over here, you could put in your custom message that will go alongside that PDF. And another gotcha to remember is that these tokens will be replaced for the contact. But the way it searches for the contact is by the email. So when it's looking at when you're sending a letter to this guy, it's actually going to look for this email address in the database. So the first email address. That's how it's going to first look for find the contact. So if you have duplicates, it's going to pull in the information in this token from the first one it finds with this email. So just keep that in mind if you come across issues. That has happened in the past. It's very rare, but just letting you know that what to look out for. And again, I think that's it. Besides that, it should be pretty straightforward, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. Have a great day.